Hello everyone, welcome back. As always, it's good to be here, and I appreciate you all as always. Today I'm going to get into one that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've made a list here of Metroidvania games that I don't have for my Switch. Since I don't know if anybody, not all of you, always tune in, and I get it. I do Metroidvania Mondays every Monday. These are just Metroidvanias that I would love to have on my Switch that I don't have yet. Maybe I'll get one of these days, at least one on here that I can see right now that's very expensive, so I don't know that I'll ever fork up the money for that. Maybe digitally I'll get it, save myself hundreds of dollars, but without further ado, let's get into it. This is Metroidvania games that I don't have on the Switch that I would love to have. Let me know down in the comment which ones you happen to like and ones that maybe you have or you have played that maybe I can add to this list later on. I'm always up for any Metroidvania. That's definitely probably my favorite genre of games, so I'm always up for any new ones that I happen to not know about, so give it a try. I might not know about it. Okay, the first one, Agelios, I don't know how to pronounce this, but this is like a pixel art type. I don't know, it's not quite like 16-bit, I don't think. Maybe it is, but this is an interesting one, and I've seen it for like $35, $40 on Amazon and some other places. That it's one of the ones I just, again, haven't picked up, but I probably should. It's a little bit on the somewhat cheaper end that I can find so far, but I've heard good stuff about it. I'm interested to play this, so hopefully one day I'll get it. Okay, the next one, A Robot Named Fight. This name alone is crazy for this one. What I saw so far and what I've read into and kind of saw review-wise, I think it's a roguelike Metroidvania, so that's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of roguelite, but you know, I'd be willing to try it, and it definitely looks interesting. I like the animation for it and everything. Yeah, just another one I'd like to get eventually. This one I haven't seen for too expensive either, so here's to getting that. Okay, the next one, I think I'm gonna get the Japanese version of this because it has the whole trilogy bundled in instead of the way Limited Run did with each different release that they did, which is kind of shitty of them. But anyway, that's the Blaster Master Zero trilogy. Again, these look interesting. I think they're old Nintendo games if I'm not mistaken. I'd never heard of them back in the day, and I've never played a second of them, but from what I've seen of them, they look pretty interesting. It's kind of a top-down view at times and a side-scrolling platformer Metroidvania type at times. So yeah, hopefully I can find this on PlayAsia and just get the whole trilogy in one shebang and just do it that way. So but one I'm definitely interested in getting, and again, I don't think it's too crazy priced on PlayAsia, especially it being 3 games in it, so you can't beat that. Okay, another one that I had at one time and I got rid of, and I kind of wish I didn't, and that is Carry On. And this one's interesting because you're a monster instead of the hero. You're kind of a monster trying to break out of this facility, and I didn't even realize at first that this was a Metroidvania, and I kind of saw it somewhere else and kind of labeling it as that, and I thought, well, I guess it kind of is, there's different paths to take and things to unlock later on and yada yada, kind of typical of a Metroidvania, but this one's just awesome. I just love tearing humans apart. I don't know, that sounds weird, but it's interesting to play as a monster for a change as opposed to a hero fighting monsters, you know. Yeah, this is another one. I think this eventually got a retail release. The one I had was, one of the limited companies. I can't remember. I'll put it up on the screen here, but it eventually got a retail release, so I definitely want to go back and get that because I don't know why I ever got rid of it, honestly. Okay, another one. This is I think Nicalis actually distributes this one, and that is Cave Story Plus. I've heard good things about this too, and I'm pretty sure this was made by only one person, which is always so cool to me. Kind of like Axiom Verge, just made by one person, the entire thing. As far as I know, I think it was one person. But yeah, I've always heard good things about this. I have never even played a second of this, so definitely one that I'm interested in. Probably a little bit further down on the list as far as the ones that I really want. Nevertheless, I do want it. And I'm always down for a Metroidvania, as I said earlier. So okay, the next one. This one looks awesome. And I don't know that it's coming to the Switch. Maybe it is already. I don't know that it's ever getting a physical release, though. I would hope so, but that is Ghost Song. And I just thought this looked so interesting. Even, the artwork and everything just looks great. Something really caught me with it. Yeah, and I don't know much about it, so I don't know, much of what I can say about it, but what I can say is it looks very interesting, and I'm very interested in playing this. Hopefully one day it'll get a physical. I'll look around while I'm editing this, and maybe it actually has gotten a physical release, and I'm not aware of that, but I will look around and see and let you know here if anybody is interested. And I think it is out digitally, if I'm not mistaken, so nevertheless, I need to get on it, because it definitely looks like a fun one. So, okay, and the next one, this is another one Limited Run did, and I believe Best Buy did a alternate cover as well, and that's Iconoclast. Yeah, this one I didn't realize was a Metroidvania either for a while, and I've heard pretty good things about it. It's not something that's, just absolutely fantastic, that's just gonna wow everyone, but again, a fun little Metroidvania is what it looks like to me, so definitely one I'd like to add to the list. Again, it's probably down the list a little further as far as ones that I really want to purchase before too long. Nevertheless, I would like to have it, and I like the cover art. I thought it was pretty cool. So, okay, the next one, this is the really expensive one that I was talking about. And that is The Messenger. Most people have heard of this. If you have not, this is like a 8-bit, 16-bit style Metroidvania. Kind of harkens back to the Ninja Gaiden of old. Just really looks interesting. Really want to get this one day. I was just hoping I could find it physically for under $200, even for the base game, let alone the limited edition. The collector's edition is just absolutely ridiculous in price, but I probably will just have to bite the bullet and get this digitally one day, and just maybe hope and pray one day that I can get it physically, but it's not looking so good unless somebody else releases it. I don't know why this hasn't gotten some kind of retail release. I mean, this was a huge game. So many people claim that this is one of the best Metroidvanias you can get, and from what I've seen, it looks very fun, very challenging, just something that I would probably really like. So here's to getting this physically one day, and eventually getting it digitally so I can actually play it. Okay, and the last one on this list is Monster Boy. I have Wonder Boy in this, and that kind of reminded me of this game. Monster Boy is a little bit different. I don't think it has any kind of association or whatnot, but another very colorful, beautiful little Metroidvania that I would love to own. I believe Nicalis is distributing this as well, so if you do want it, you might want to get on it before too long. They don't really do too limited of things, but they definitely do some limited copies of things. They don't just have millions and millions to sell, so if you're interested, you should probably get on it, and I should probably get on it myself before it's gone. But you might be able to find it secondhand somewhere where it's not going to be too expensive, so here's to that. Okay, that's it. I guess I only had 9. I wish I would have had 10 to make it a nice rounded out list, but I love Metroidvanias. If you love them too, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And again, just let me know what some of your favorite Metroidvanias are, some of the ones that you would like to add to your collection. Who knows, maybe it'll be one that I've never heard of. I'm always a big, huge fan of that. I'd love, introducing games to people through this channel, and people introducing games to me that I might not have ever tried or heard of or even thought to really play, and somebody gives me a good recommendation or I give them one, and it's always a good feeling either way. So here's to that. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for the little family that I've got going here. I really appreciate you all, and I hope you all have a good night. Till next time.